Hello everyone. I'm going to do this video today about Charlie's lies, and I want to thank everybody for commenting on the post asking you guys to try to brainstorm about some things that you noticed that Charlie has lied about over the course of like Katie's trials and maybe some of the evidence that we've been looking over in the depositions and some of the wiretapped phone calls. And I want to just thank you guys for refreshing my memory about some of these things and inconsistencies that we've seen in Charlie Adelson's character evidence and some of his, discrepancies of the truth. All right, so let's just get right into it. So I want to thank Z Storage for reminding us of the, Fancy Fiction's video of when Charlie gets out of this speeding ticket and he's bragging to his friend over the phone about wearing his scrubs during this speeding ticket and saying that he's a doctor at one of the local hospitals and that he's on his way to work when he's actually a periodontist and he wears scrubs, which is like so weird that he would think he'd get more credibility for being a doctor going and saving somebody's life, and they let him out of the ticket and he had a gun in the car. So he was bragging about lying in that incident. All right. And then the next thing that I noticed, you guys, was some discrepancies on forms about Charlie's height. I noticed in some of his other prior like traffic infractions that his height says 5'9", and then I noticed that on his inmate file, his height says 6 foot. And I mean, it's just a small discrepancy. Although, maybe he has like sloppy handwriting and then on his driver's license form, the 9 was mistaken or 0 was mistaken for a 9 or something. But, it just seems like maybe those are, that's a detail that just keeps sticking in my mind. If that was wrong, he might have changed it, or I don't know. I'm just looking at these little inconsistencies, and that was just one that kind of stuck out in my mind. So another thing that I've noticed is the phone number in the form also on this inmate file. I also noticed, another discrepancy of, the phone number of Charlie's father, Harvey, to be incorrect, like 1 digit off. And I think that's interesting to me that this phone number, it was like 1 digit off, because I think Charlie must have written it. He must have given them this information and, could possibly be on the responsibility of the Leon County Sheriff to get this information, or it was a error in their office. But, a lot of people agreed that this could be, Charlie giving them incorrect information because he didn't want them calling his father, kind of trying to throw the police off of his father's trail. So something to think about, just another discrepancy. Another thing that you guys brought up, which I thought was so cool, 5 said they remembered that on the wiretap to Catherine, he's talking about Tuto, and he says, I think his name was Taco or Tuto. So like kind of trying to pretend like he doesn't know who Tuto is, when I'm pretty sure he's heard the name, and Katie knows these names of, the Latin kings, and just pretending like he's totally not in the know. Okay, so Judy brought up some great things that in the deposition, Charlie said, in the disability deposition, Charlie said that he was not paid in cash for his dental work, when it was we're pretty sure that some of the times he was. Wendy said she didn't know. I believe Wendy said on the stand she didn't know or whatever. But that's another discrepancy. And also Charlie saying in the deposition that he couldn't talk about the murder to his dental coworkers, or this, in talking about the murder in this deposition, when he was kind of openly talking about it on the phone to Katherine and some of his friends in these wiretaps. So that's another inconsistency. And thank you to Judy for that one. And also, Judy noticed that in some of the wiretaps, Charlie talks about a steroid Anavar with one of his friends, and that it's pretty clear that he's kind of selling these steroids to his friends for an income. And, he certainly did not disclose that form of income on his disability deposition, and another source of all this cash that he liked to staple together, apparently, allegedly. So another thing that a lot of you guys noticed, and Falador also brought up, was, Charlie's women. I mean, I guess there's a lot of different lies that you could say that Charlie told to these women when he was going to the Philippines to see women that he met there, or kind of trying to throw Katie off and lead her on, and still dating Katie, probably while he was dating June as well. So there's some discrepancies of like the timelines of his relationship. Obviously that will probably come to light more in his trial, so we can kind of get all that nailed down, you guys. All right, so another thing that you guys brought up, I want to thank Angela for mentioning that Charlie had told his mother, Donna, that he had this situation totally under control, and he was kind of trying to calm Katie down as well. And we all know that this situation was completely out of control, and the police obviously knew about it, and everyone was freaking out, and they had all kind of trusted Charlie as this like star son, or prize boyfriend to have, and he kind of let everybody down and spun this whole web of crazy lies and secrets. And I talk about that in another video, secrets and lies. Check that one out. But more videos to come, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. I look forward to hearing all your comments and ideas for more videos. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day.